the Niners are going to improve, and this is kind of putting you on the spot here, but if the Niners are going to improve in one metric this season, and this could be anything, like I mean, I don't know, yards per play, red zone percentage, I don't know, like less turnovers, I don't know, whatever. Where do you think it would be? Or what do you, maybe even I could rephrase it, where do you think it has to be? If the Niners are going to get to where they're going to get to, what's one metric they need to improve in?
I love this question, and I think a lot of people are going to point to the defense, like, well, they fired. Well, special teams is one, right? That's the low hanging fruit. Improve
Hmm.
special teams. You're the worst in the league there. Yeah, sure, obviously. Then defense, you fired your defensive coordinator too, and you brought in Robert Saleh, and the run defense was just disgusting. So that's another one. But what we started off this conversation saying is that this season is on the offense.
Hmm.
The offense needs to carry the team. You can't expect Robert Saleh and his merry group of five rookies to carry this team. So let's look at the offense. What was the problem with the offense last year? The red zone was a big problem. Scoring touchdowns. They ranked really high in estimated points added, which is a very complicated calculation that I don't understand. Estimated points. Actual points, the Niners weren't so good. When it came to punching it in when they were close, that's what they had Debo and Christian for years. And last year, with Debo a shell of himself and Christian out, Kyle seemed like he couldn't figure out how to put the ball in the end zone. And then what was even more troubling, or equally as troubling, short yardage. When it was like 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, 4th and 2, Kyle couldn't figure out how to get first downs other than quarterback sneaks, which weren't. I mean, if it's 4th and 2, you can't do that. So Kyle needs to show a little bit more creativity. Honestly, to me, if you look at him, his offense was super creative and ahead of the curve, like in 2019
Yeah.
with Jimmy. That year when Jimmy was coming off the torn ACL, he had defenses like going in circles. They didn't know who the hell had the ball. That was really incredible. But that team had Mike McDaniel, who's gone, and he's not a much. He's struggling as a head coach, but he is very creative.
Hmm.
It seems like the creativity left with him because this offense was struggling big time, and then Debo took over that one year. That was a one off. And then it was struggling again. He couldn't do it. He couldn't carry the team as a running back anymore. They trade for McCaffrey. And for a year and a half, it seemed like Kyle Shanahan's, his creativity started and ended with give the ball to Christian as much as possible
Hmm.
as a receiver, as a runner. And it was smart because he was arguably the best player in the league. I mean, damn,
Yep.
he was that good and he made everyone else better. But I mean, it's kind of a predictable outcome.
Hmm.
He got older, he got hurt. Now he's 29, and I don't think they can do that anymore with him. 29-year-old running backs generally aren't elite. We saw what happened to him last year. I don't think he's going to be this guy who's carrying the team anymore. So it comes back to Kyle. What kind of new wrinkles do you have other than give McCaffrey the ball as much as physically possible? Because
Right.
if he doesn't have any more wrinkles, then people are going to start looking at him like, man, did people figure you out? Like a lot of coaches in the league, offense and defense, can be cutting edge for a while, but are they cutting edge for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? I mean, the best of the best.
Yeah.
And he hasn't necessarily shown that he's the best of the best of the best. He's very good, but he was not good at all last year. He really wasn't. I know he had his excuses, but he had his quarterback and he had his Hall of Fame tight end.
Yeah.
So see what you got.